Ronald Chin, have you tried going to razor sharp instead of whistling arrow for art? Well, today, as you can see, we have whistling arrow on Artemisia. So what we're going to be doing today is that we are going for the whistling arrow and we're going to do some battle. And then we are also going to be changing it up and putting it on razor sharp. So we're going to be resetting our talent. We're going to remap this in a little bit similar format. And then we're not going to have any whistling arrows. We're going to have a full razor sharp. Let's check the difference in here and kind of explain things on how these talent trees are working in Rise of Kingdoms. So I'm Shinchi42, a sponsored content creator here in ROK. Now, if you guys want to see more content about ROK, more battle testing, more guides, more in-depth detail, how you can be successful, consider subscribing and turning your notification on. And if you want us to do more of these type of content, smash that thumbs up because that's one way that I'll know that these type of content is something that you guys are looking for. So a few things to keep in mind in here is that Banana has a VIP 17. I also have VIP 17. Now Banana is using the Ottoman Empire, which the Ottoman Empire would have archer health plus 5% and skill damage plus 5%. So this is going to be very helpful for him. Now what I have right now is Britain. Britain has an archer attack plus 5%. Pretty much that's it that is going to work with this buff today. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be keeping my St. Hallow City team. So with my St. Hallow City team, what you can see is I will have 5% skill damage. So that kind of buffers things out. So he has the archer health and I have the archer attack plus 5%. And then we're both going to have skill damage. Now the thing that is going to be different in here is going to be the troop type. So I have an advantage because I'll have a special type of unit, but he will have a normal unit. But here's the thing. We're going to fight with Cavs versus Archer. So what we know is that Cavs will have an advantage against the Archer. So we're going to watch this and see how this is going to perform with these type of buff in different scenarios in here. The key thing in here is the main topic is the talent tree of the Archer pact. All right, so let's go ahead and test things out in here. We'll actually go find a cool spot in here. Let's go here in this area. All right, let's go find a cool spot in here. Let's go in this area where we can do our battle. Very good picture to be taken in here. Good for thumbnail. Yes. So what do you guys think is going to happen in here? First of all, this is a Khan and William. Now we have seen the Saladin and William, how they performed. There's no gear. All right, we removed the gear. So if you guys are curious if there's any gear, the gear has been removed. No gear for Artemisia. Okay, let's just go battle this one out. I believe we did a testing of this before of William with Khan. All right, remember the whole point of this video is not for the battle of Max Khan and William because we already know the result of this. So in the video as well, we're going to be doing some testings as well with like somebody had showed me like an Alexander combination with, I think it was Khan. No, but we'll go through it. I'm going to go look for the message as well. But let's go battle this one out. We're going to switch our talent tree as well. So you're going to see differences of different talent tree for the Archer Pat. So right now, this is going to be, you know, Artemisia and Ramses versus Khan and William. All right. Let's do and see what's going to happen in here. I believe I lost. I know, actually, I believe I won on the previous battle in here. But remember, in the previous battle that I did not have Saints Hallow. So how much of a difference would the Saints Hallow do in here? All right. So, wow, actually, look at this. Pretty cool. Similar result from the previous battle with the Saints Hallow this time. I should definitely win. I'll be very surprised if I lose. Could be due to, you know, the healing probabilities as well. But I think it's going to be a very neck and neck. I think we're going to win. But it's actually a very good battle for archers to be able to get to, you know, to win against Cavs like this is very good. The Artemisia and Ramses is a very good combination. All right, that's very nice. So let's take a look into the report, the whistling arrow. If you guys are curious how to figure out when the whistling arrow is in effect, you can see in here on the top, all damage plus 25%, and we have whistling arrow. Now, for me, as I'm reviewing things, I saw that there is very little proc of this whistling arrow. So you do get that benefit when it does. You get 2 turns of it. So by looking at all those reports, is it really worth it to have the whistling arrow or not? Because the probability of the whistling arrow is very low. It is a 10% chance, but when it does hit, it hits pretty hard, pretty good. I mean, getting 25% for each turn, and imagine this, if you do get lucky, your RNG, and if you cast this more often than usual, then you're definitely going to have a very successful battle. Now, the question is adding into the razor sharp is a consistent thing, is really good for Archer, because you're then going to have that extra 9 rage per turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to battle this one out and just do a simple analysis on how they are going to be different. We know that this is the battle stats right now, so it's very close. 6,879, 6,691. Now let's take a look into the talent tree in here. This is going to be a no RNG. Basically, the only RNG that we're going to be relying on is really into the Phoenix Tail arrows. I don't know where else to go besides, you know, adding into that, because majority in here is no more RNG. All right, so as you can see from the previous talent tree in here, as you can see, we have 5 out of 5 in the whistling arrow. I know that you're gonna be concerned in here that, you know, we're losing 1%, and, you know, each turn it adds up more compared to having into the whistling arrow. But the debate here is that what if that 10% proc is more often, and then I get more value, right? So that's one reason why I did that. I was playing with the RNG. But this one, there's going to be very minimal RNG, the Phoenix Tail arrow, and that's pretty much it. It's going to be a damage. It's going to be damage factor of 200 on the target. So we now have the razor sharp, no whistling arrow. So I'm curious how this thing is going to perform. Should be good, but we will see how good it is going to be. Now, after this testing, we'll take a look into the best result for both of the reports that we have seen with the talent tree, and then we're gonna keep that talent tree, and then with that talent tree we're gonna do more testing in here as well. I'm curious. Okay, banana, we need some space in here. Well, those swords are pretty nifty. All right, let's go battle this one out. Now, I did an accidental battle in here without switching the talent tree, so this is the same talent tree as this one. RNG really played a big role. Wow, crazy. Let's do it. Let's do this one. This time we do have the talent tree of no whistling arrow. We're going to be under razor sharp, so now it's activated. All right, we got 50k. Is that 50k? Damn, why does that look a lot? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's 30. But that looks like a lot. Look at me. I only got like 8. What the hell? That's kind of not fair. Can they just like expand? I don't know. What the hell? What's going on with the bug in here? Okay, now it's fair. Jeez. That's crazy. All right, now I guess it's all difference with the zoom level and stuff. All right, this one, no whistling arrow, fully on razor sharp. Is this one's going to be better or not? All right, should be no RNG except for that one talent on the left side. I forgot what it's actually called. Something about tail or something. Actually, let's watch this one first. Let's focus onto this. Would this do so much better without RNG? What do you guys think? It looks like it's doing quite well, similar, but it looks like actually doing much better. Much better, I think. I'm curious. I can't wait to see it. For an archer to win against Cavs, this is actually insane and it's very nice. The animation kind of lags us a little bit in there once we're zoomed in. Wow, I think it's so much better. Just skip on that RNG. I like it. We may have a new talent tree built for Artemisia, and probably have to switch my other archers and not going for the RNG anymore because it's so like heavy reliant on that. Oh my god, I know it's better already. Oh my goodness. I don't even need to test this again because I know it's good. There's no RNG. There's basically no RNG in this one. I mean, all battles that we did, we won. So there's no way that Genghis Khan and William is going to win against Artemisia and Ramses on a one-on-one situation. But keep in mind that William does get benefit whenever there is a swarm as well, right? And there's more enemies. But this talent tree is much better. Even if I do had, in the full quiver, like 1 more percent there, it's really not going to make a whole lot of difference. I think what's happening in here is that we're able to cast the skill much faster as well. So let's take a look into the first turns of cast. Turn 9 is the first cast. So first cast in here is not turn 9. It is actually turn 12. As you can see, we did hit pretty hard. But for me, in here with the Razor Sharp, my first cast was a lot sooner. It's turn 9, which is pretty good because we've been gaining that rage each turn. You can see Razor Sharp, rage each turn, and rage each turn, right? So it's pretty nice. Hey guys, I want to do a quick shout out to this game. It's called Infinite Galaxy. It's a new RTS game. As you can see, we have our little hive in here. We actually are right here. There's a bunch of star system. There's an entire galaxy. It's a pretty cool game. We have been playing this. We have an alliance. We are in server 15 or Nebula 15. There's a link in the description. Check it out. You can also play on BlueStacks using your computer. Again, there's a link in the description for you to download Infinite Galaxy and check this game out. It's pretty damn cool is all I can say. Now, one thing that we need to understand with this battle report is that whenever you cast a skill more often than the enemy, you have to understand that whenever then they have to cast a skill in the next turns, that their troops are much more reduced, meaning they're going to be dishing out much weaker attack. So the key thing to understand in here, if you're using archers, which is mostly a skill dominant commander, you definitely want to rack up that Razor Sharp and gain a lot of the rage. Now, maybe you can consider not going for Edward of Woodstock, and maybe you can just go heavy relying on RNG with Edward because you don't really want to stack up way too much rage for Edward. So definitely going for Artemisia. This is going to be the build. Skip the RNG. I wish I've done this testing before, which I didn't. So this one, I have RNG plus Razor Sharp. Now, actually, it's going to be very interesting, very deadly. Now, maybe there's some other things in here that we can explore still in the attack tree. But for me, this has been the best setup for Ramses. So, yeah. I guess for the Artemisia, this is definitely a very good build. Setting this up this way, very, very nice. Now, I wouldn't really recommend for going for the Tetsudo formation. Like I have said, the RNG of the 10%. You clearly have seen the big difference with the Whistling Arrow. Don't go for the Tetsudo formation as well. Now, with that being said, I have a message here from Facebook. So a battle report was shared to us by Kniji, and it was a Genghis Khan and Alexander going against a Saladin and Genghis Khan. Now, I don't have the Saladin or Genghis Khan to do a battle with, but he wrecked this Saladin and Khan. Now, I want to do a shout out to him as well because this player is a quadriplegic player and who is playing Rise of Kingdoms. And the dedication and the passion to play this game, ROK, is amazing. So imagine this. He has to use a stylus to move around in the game. You see how difficult that is and how fortunate we are being able to use everything. So I want to do a quick shout out to Kuniji in here from 1802. Keep playing, enjoy the game, and I'm really, really happy that you are having fun with Rise of Kingdoms, and never give up. There's always hope in life. Thank you for sending me a message. You really touched my heart, and I am dedicating this battle testing next for you. So additional information about Kuniji, he is also a Filipino brother and as well as a veteran. All right, let's go and battle this out and see how this thing is going to perform. Khan and Alexander. Now we know how deadly the Artemisia and Ramses is, right? We definitely did a number on the William setup. Now I'm kind of curious how this is going to pan out. I think the Artemisia and Ramses is just a wonderful, wonderful combo to really fight against Cavs. Yikes, it's not really doing that well for Khan and Alex in here. But it's a good testing. It's a good thing to see. I feel like, you know, having the older commanders as well with Khan and Alex, it's with, you know, with the newer comm like Artemisia and Ramses is just such a very deadly commander to use basically. But it's a wonderful thing to see. Basically trying to be innovative and trying to different things in here. I love it because I like to try different things as well and different scenarios and different combinations of commanders. I don't know why we're getting a little bit lag in there. Maybe my computer is having some issue. But you can see is that 5,883 to 8,660 comparison to the last battle that we had about 13k as well for the remaining in here. How much remaining do I have? 17k. Definitely the Khan and the William did, of course, much better, but it's not a bad combo, honestly, for the Genghis Khan and Alexander. Let's say you don't have the full cab setup in here. Perhaps you can try a Khan Alexander. Now, my question is, will the Khan and CC still be a good and viable thing here in 2021? So this is going to be our last battle testing in here. This is going to be Khan and CC. All right. So basically there's going to be a standard, right? Let's take a look. Is the Khan CC going to beat Artemisia and Ramses? And or would this report be better or worse than a Khan Alexander? Kind of curious now. Let's zoom out because the animation just creates all these lag. Very interesting. I think it's gonna win. I'm not so sure. Kind of curious in how this thing is going to pan out. I don't know. I'm also like kind of interested to see what's going to happen in here. Now this is a very, very old combo, right? Khan CC is a gen, like I would say like pretty much gen 1 combo. But wow, it's doing really good for... I need to lower my graphics, like seriously. I apologize for the little bit of a lag. I think my graphics is too much and my computer for some reason is acting quite slow. Wow. That's insane. It actually did very, very good. The Khan CC against the Artemisia and Ramses. Now, although we still won, which I really need to lower my graphics in here, which we're gonna just go for like medium setting in here. All right, let's take a look. This is a 6,178 severely wounded, 7,847 severely wounded. Yeah, I think definitely the Khan and CC did better. But let's take a look and compare this to the William one. Looking into the William one, I had more remaining in here, 5,920. 6,000. I had more casualty. 7,563. He had a little bit more casualty, but I had more severely wounded. So I'd say, wow, this is actually pretty good. I mean, imagine this. William is a, like super new commander, right? And this is like an old commander that you can still use. It's still very good. Now, the difference with William, of course, he benefits more when there are multiple enemies in front of him and whenever he is also surrounded. So justification of just by looking at 1 versus 1 doesn't really do a whole lot of justice for William's ability. But to see this, Khan and CC still doing a great job going against a very new gen commander of archers is still very, very good. I think it's pretty cool to learn all these today and see all these stuff. If you have any other requests, let me know in the comment section below. And as you head out, if you find this video to be very helpful and you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. Or if you have been watching this channel for a long time now and you haven't taken the action to subscribe, if you don't mind it, consider subscribing. It will definitely support the channel. And I really appreciate it if you guys do. Thank you again. See you next time, rockers. Bye.